Yo, what's up? It's your boy Gabriel on Fan TV coming at you with another video. All right, so the draft is over, right? Now that means what's next for the Ravens? We're still in the off season, so what's the next move? Now, it got me thinking that looking at the draft, especially the offensive side of the ball, because the defensive side of the ball, I'm not really worried about. It looks good. We're revamped. I feel really, really confident about that side of the ball. Now, looking at offense, it kind of gives me the feeling that we're going back to 2019 a little bit. Now, not back in the sense of like we're moving backwards, but just that style of offense. Last year, we saw a lot more, I would say, 3 wide receivers on the field. Bateman when he was healthy, Hollywood, Duvernay would get in there time to time, stuff like that. Sammy Watkins obviously was in the mix, and with Mark Andrews. So we had a lot of that kind of personnel on the field. But with this draft and with trading away Hollywood, so we're talking about where the Ravens currently stand. Ravens have, as far as pass catching options that are likely to get on the field, Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman, Charlie Kolar just drafted, Isaiah Likely just drafted, and then the wide receiver room, obviously there's Duvernay, Prochet, and Tylan Wallace. Now we'll see what they can give us. But it kind of was interesting when I was looking at it. This is kind of lined up for 2019. So what I mean by that is, right, 2019, the Ravens had one of the most successful seasons they've had in a long time. After the Ravens won the Super Bowl to when Lamar Jackson was drafted in 2018, playoff success had faded. The team was kind of fading as well. It was actually looking like John Harbaugh was probably going to get fired at the end of the 2018 season. Now, people could say Lamar Jackson saved his Ravens career, saved that Ravens season, going 6-1, leading to the playoffs, and things like that. I would tend to agree with that notion. So 2019 comes around, Lamar Jackson's first full year as the Ravens starter. The offense is dedicated and built around him, installed by Greg Roman. And with that team, we go 14-2, number 1 seed in the AFC. I believe the best record in the entire NFL that season, I'm pretty sure. And obviously, first round bye. Unfortunately, that season ended in immense disappointment, losing to the Tennessee Titans at home in a game where the Titans had just beaten the Patriots, I believe, in the wild card weekend previously. Ravens were heavy favorites to win that game. So very, very disappointing loss. And for some of the reasons the way the offense is built is why that game happened, how it did. So, but anyway, so now fast forward to 2022, right? We have in the tight end room, like I said, Andrews, Likely, Kolar. 2019, it was Andrews, Hayden Hurst, and to some extent Nick Boyle all catching passes. Now, I would say that the 2 tight ends we drafted are way more athletic and better pass catchers than Hayden Hurst and Nick Boyle. Now, obviously, they got proved on the NFL field. They're coming from college, so we don't know what they're going to give us exactly. But just looking at their athletic profiles, they're kind of better prospects. So we'll go with that. So I look at the wide receiver room. In 2019, the Ravens had a rookie injured Hollywood Brown, who's still coming off his recovering from his Liz Frank injury that he suffered his last year at Oklahoma in college. They had a veteran in Willie Snead, tough, good blocker, and then they had Seth Roberts, who was just kind of the guy. Rookie Miles Boykin was there as well, but he honestly didn't give the Ravens much. Some other guys on the team that didn't really play more special teams guys. So I look at that room, and then I look at the 2022 room. Now, while this 2022 room needs work, it needs working. Don't get me wrong. But let's look at it. Rashad Bateman. I had to say Rashad Bateman's wide receiver 1 versus Hollywood Brown being wide receiver 1 in 2019. Give me this second year confidence going up, getting in the reps with Lamar Jackson. Second year Rashad Bateman over a rookie injured Hollywood Brown. We go Devin Duvernay, who is probably firmly positioned as wide receiver 2 as it currently stands on the Ravens roster. Give me Devin Duvernay over Willie Snead. More dynamic with the ball in his hands, faster, bigger play target. Can do a lot of things in this offense if given the opportunity. Now we got James Prochet, Tylan Wallace, 2 young guys, great hands, good route runners, and they have some potential to be good wide receiver 3s right now in this offense that's currently constructed. Give me that guy over Seth Roberts, who was kind of a career journeyman. Didn't really do much for the Ravens. Didn't really do much before. Do much after the Ravens. He's just another guy. He's another guy in the locker room. So if I'm looking at how this offense is constructed, and we're doing a 2019 style offense, this is Greg Roman's preferred style of offense. Now, like most Ravens fans, you're not going to hear me say that Greg Roman is the guy who will win as offensive coordinator. You're just not. But he's the guy who's here. So if he's here, give him the weapons that he wants to play the style of football that he wants. He wants big guys on the field. He wants to run the ball. We got J.K. coming back. We got Gus Edwards coming back. Both off ACL injuries. But they both, the recovery's going well, according to, the reporters and, the coaches, everything like that. So those two guys back healthy. Run game's going to be solid once again. Still got Lamar Jackson, who's a big part of the run game, obviously. And I think the biggest point is that Lamar Jackson himself is way better than he was in 2019. Now, 2019 was his MVP year. Don't get me wrong. He was incredible. Led the league in touchdown passes, 36 touchdown passes, I believe around 3,600 yards, throwing the ball. Obviously, I think about 1,200 yards rushing. So he was incredible that year. But as a player, I know the numbers are going to say what they say, but as a player, Lamar Jackson is a better player now than he was in 2019. Bar none. So you take an offense built around tight ends, where Lamar Jackson, where does he do his best damage? Over the middle of the field, hitting those big body tight ends. He's a extremely accurate passer over the middle. He's gotten better at hitting the outside numbers. If you look at his offseason videos, he's working on hitting the outside the numbers, and he's looking good. He looked good last year too, but he's constantly improving. He's a hard worker, so I'm not even worried about that. So, point being, if we're going to run Greg Roman's offense, give him the pieces that he needs to run his offense. So that kind of leads to the next point. I believe this is Greg Roman's last year of his contract. Harbaugh got a new contract. Mike Macdonald is brand new because, Wink Martindale and Ravens parted ways. So that means, obviously, he's on a, couple-year contract, probably 3-4 year contract. Roman is the guy that's kind of out there in the wind right now. So the Ravens basically are saying, Roman, here are all the pieces to your offense, if healthy. Everybody healthy. Offensive line looks good. Quarterback is great. Running backs look great. Wide receivers look bare, but 2019 was bare, and I would say that this room in 2022 is better than 2019. Tight end room looks good. I mean, Andrews is now an all-pro tight end, probably a top 2 or 3 tight end in the league. You could make the argument he might be the best. We'll see what Kelsey does, a Waller, guys like that. So now you have your weapons. And you got 2 more athletic tight ends behind him. Likely can line up as a big slot. And Kohler can line up as an inline tight end, runs good routes, good hands. So you have your weapons. Now, what are you going to do? If the Ravens struggle on offense and a change needs to be made, it's more clear now that they could do that. Because now I feel like last year Roman had the excuse of, well, this is not really my style of offense. We had a lot of injuries and this and that. Now that excuse is out the window. I mean, these are your kind of guys. This is your style of offense. So what are you, Greg Roman, going to do with it? So, and then you look at the coaching staff. Let's be honest. Keith Williams brought in last year. T. Martin brought in last year. I went to some of these Ravens training camp practices. Keith Williams looks like a really, really good wide receivers coach. The way these guys are running routes seems way more advanced than they were before Keith Williams came here. T. Martin is known as an offensive guy. So could he, his rumors that, not even rumors, it was confirmed that he was up for the Bills OC job, didn't get it, and he's back with the Ravens. If Roman's offer doesn't go well, could T. Martin be stepping in? The assistant quarterbacks coach name is Kerry Williams. Hold on, let me just check that. His name is Kerry Williams. He came from Georgia Tech. Now, Georgia Tech is known for running the option, but under Kerry Williams' offense, they moved to a kind of more a spread system. So it seems like they're saying, hey, Roman, this is your last hurrah. Get it together. If you don't, you'll be out the door. We got these guys in place here ready to take your spot. Now, it's either going to motivate Greg Roman to go in that vault and bag of tricks that he keeps talking about and get better, or he's out the door. So as a Ravens fan, I would say this is a win-win, and the offense is actually set up for success. Now, I'm not going to be super optimistic and say that the wide receiver room needs nobody. Not true. If we could sign a veteran, in the previous video I talked about Will Fuller. Will Fuller would fit that Hollywood Brown role so perfectly, and you could say he's an equal and probably a better player than Hollywood Brown. So that's the guy I really want. I mean, Jarvis Landry would be great, but he's a short-handed, short, over-the-middle guy. I mean, you know, so I mean, I feel like we kind of have that in abatement. I wouldn't be mad if they got Jarvis Landry, but I feel like we already kind of have that kind of guy. OBJ's out there. He's coming up to ACL. We'll see how he's doing. But Will Fuller would be my main target, or these trades. You know, DK Metcalf is still rumored to be available. Deebo Samuel still is available. Do I think the Ravens make trades for those guys? I don't know. I don't really see it, but they are available. So while the wide receiver room needs work, the tight ends look good. Running back room is good. Offensive line is amazing. Quarterback is amazing. The Ravens could be turning back the clock to 2019. And the last time we ran this style of offense, like I said, 14-2, won the AFC North easily, number 1 seed in the AFC easily in the entire NFL. So this could be a good sign for the Ravens. Now all we gotta do is wait and see. We'll see how things go. If it turns out well, then the Ravens are going to be propelled to success. If the offense kind of sputters, I feel like we got these new guys in place: T. Martin, Keith Williams, Kerry Dixon, that can have new ideas and help Greg Roman adapt his system. And then maybe this will probably be Greg Roman's last year if things don't go well. So we'll see, man. But I thought it was interesting to look at it and draw comparisons between what they're doing, what they did in 2019, compared to how they attacked 2022. So the Ravens could be bringing it full circle. And if that's the case, Lamar Jackson was another MVP, and hopefully we have some more playoff success, and it ends in a Super Bowl title for the Baltimore Ravens, man. Well, anyway, it's your boy Gary with another Fan TV. Thanks for checking out this video. I'm out.